Welcome to Patty for Liberty. Today I want to talk about something that's been on my mind for a while, and it's about capitalism. I have been reading a lot of comments on my Facebook page and also on some millennial Facebook page and some left-leaning pages, and there's a big attitude towards capitalism right now, and the billionaires that are making all kinds of money and profits. Meanwhile, their employees aren't making crap and there's stagnant wages, and people are upset about it. And I think many of them believe that the solution is more government. And, I really just want to talk about what I'm seeing as an outsider looking in. I am not a boomer, even though I probably share some boomer ideas. I am a Gen Xer, and I was raised differently. I was raised to be an entrepreneur. I was taught from a really young age by my father, who's, by the way, a Democrat and doesn't have the same views as me on government. But he taught me to be an entrepreneur and to think differently, that if I wanted to be successful and make money in this world, that I needed to be an entrepreneur, and that I was never going to make the kind of money I want to make as a employee. And I think that there's a small fraction of our population that embrace entrepreneurship or were encouraged to be entrepreneurs or understand the freedom and benefits of being an entrepreneur, and that is all part of capitalism. I basically want to have a conversation with some of my younger friends and challenge you. Do you think that the problem is actually capitalism, or you're just unhappy with your job and your circumstances? When you're miserable, when you're living somewhere that is not where you want to live and you can't afford to make changes to those circumstances, when you have a job you hate, when you can't afford to buy a house, when your credit score sucks, those things can make you really depressed. And I think that has a lot to do with people's feelings. They feel trapped in their circumstances. They feel trapped in a house that they can barely afford, or they can't get their credit score up to get into a house because of issues with our credit scoring system. And it's a trap you get into. I've been stuck in the payday loan loop. I've been stuck with poor credit scores and not been able to change things. I get that. 2 years ago, when I lost my consulting gig at Just Mommy's, the business I started, I had to go take a job in retail. I had an excellent resume. I started a company. I have freelance writing, social media experience. I had a great resume, and I could not get a job in my field because I didn't have a college degree. And I didn't have the right experience. So here I am with all this experience taking a job at the mall as a manager. So I get you. I get why people are frustrated, and I get irritated with the other side having that lost touch with what it was like to be young, what it was like to be struggling. They've forgotten, and they just say, you're a bunch of whiners. And on the other hand, I see the millennials saying that, these people are entitled, and I see it. I see both people not getting each other. And as a Gen Xer, I see both points of view, and I want to speak to you and tell you that maybe capitalism isn't the problem. Maybe the problem is you hate your job, you hate your circumstances, and you don't know what to do about it. And you think that the government and the politicians are going to look out for you and make your life better by regulations, forgiving student loan debt. And I'm not really sure what else you think the government is going to do. But what I know is what I know from being an entrepreneur, that the mindset needs to change. And I'm kind of seeing it with a group of millennials, but not all of them. I see it. Our gig economy is blowing up. There are tons of people trying to start their own businesses or starting freelance work. And I think it's because they see what I see. You can't make the kind of money you want to make in an ordinary job. There's limitations, and unless you have a really, in a field like healthcare, there's certain industries where you can make really good money with a college degree, but there's a lot of them that you can't. This is why I saw people working at Auntie Anne's that had bachelor's degrees and they couldn't get a job. I think that we've misled an entire generation and pushed them into college, and now they're stuck with these debts and they still can't make a living, and they have legitimate concerns. But the problem isn't going to be solved with government, and the problem isn't capitalism. It's cultural decisions. It's colleges misleading students on what kind of income they were going to make and how much their education was going to be worth. I think we're seeing a shift, a natural shift, because when people make bad decisions, or a culture makes bad decisions, they correct themselves. This is why we have Joe Biden as our president, because people tried to correct the situation with how they felt about Trump by electing Joe Biden. And I think we have what it takes to correct this situation. I think more people need to start pursuing careers that provide them fulfillment and meaningfulness, and not just trying to get by and survive. And before anyone, I get lectures all the time about my optimism about entrepreneurship, and no, we can't all pull ourselves up from our bootstraps. And I do want to say I've watched enough people come from really, really humble beginnings and start small businesses. I started my first small business with $10 dial-up and a 2 gigabyte hard drive on my computer. My sister bought it for me. When I started my business, I was poor. Maybe not at my poorest, but I've been poor. And you can get yourself out of poverty, but not by expecting your boss to just pay you more. You have to make some changes on your own. And I think that change is happening. I'm seeing a lot of millennials starting to do gig work and start their own business. And I'm hoping to see more of that, and the younger millennials to start talking about the benefits of entrepreneurship and having your own business and controlling your own wages and your own destiny through means other than asking the government to fix it. I think this generation is very motivated, and I'm seeing it in their efforts to start their own businesses and start their own gig work. So my challenge for any of my millennial friends or Gen Zers watching is to start thinking about what's really making you miserable. Do you hate your job 4 days out of 5? Do you hate where you live? Do you hate that you can't get into a house? What can you do to change your circumstances? Or are you just, do you just think the only solution is the government fixing it for you? Or voting new people into office? I really want to hear from you what your mindset is, what you think we as people can do to change the culture so that small businesses can thrive and people who want jobs can thrive as well. How do you think we change that, aside from the idea that we're going to just tax billionaires out of making profits? Because I don't think that's a viable solution, and I think you really realistically need to look at who's influencing our government and why we want to make it bigger. So that's kind of what I want to talk about today. I only have so much time to make these videos, and I'm not going to make every one of them perfect, but I'm going to keep investing time in this channel and hopefully pick up some more people like me that get what I'm talking about, that want to see a change in culture, a change in our government, and a change in our politics. So let me know what you think in the comments.